can help visual and kinesthetic students excel in learning, helping us prepare a new India. The long association of schools, repeated sales, reference sales, and delivering as an innovator in the education domain. The new philosophy of the company is to look for new, next, and better in every area. Entab is an educational technology company that has been delivering solutions since 2000 to improve the productivity, efficiency, and reputation of a good school and transform it into the best school. We understand the problems schools face while managing various activities, so we endeavor to automate and simplify their tasks. Besides 100% accountability and communication, safety, security, and stability are also vital. The speed, accuracy of the information and the dependability on the service providers ensures a smile on the faces of the customers. We do understand that learning is based on various factors, and we acknowledge the need of 3D contents, augmented reality and virtual reality can help visual and kinesthetic students excel in learning, helping us prepare a new India. The long association of schools, repeated sales, reference sales, and delivering as an innovator in the education domain. The new philosophy of the company is to look for new, next, and better in every area. Entab is an educational technology company that has been delivering solutions since 2000 to improve the productivity, efficiency, and reputation of a good school and transform it into the best school. We understand the problems schools face while managing various activities, so we endeavor to automate and simplify their tasks. Besides 100% accountability and communication, safety, security, and stability are also vital. The speed, accuracy of the information
A very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to CampusCare EdTalks. My name is Himanshu and I would be your host for today. According to World Health Organization, mental health is not merely the absence of mental illness, it is a state of well-being. In the wake of sudden spread of COVID, restricted outdoor movement changed general practices of living. All these type of issues has created a certain sense of anxiety in our lives. With these around the discussion, there arises a need on having a good mental health temperament. And for the sole reason of this, we have with us a very experienced educator who has almost 4 decades of experience under her belt. She has a rich experience of 28 years as a principal of schools with CBSE, Cambridge International, and International Baccalaureate. She has also worked as an education consultant with some of the top-notch education societies and organizing for quality development of teachers and systems, writing new age curriculums, and the 360-degree development of the students. She is also a recipient of National Teachers Award in the year 1919. She has also been awarded the Pride of India Award, Inspiring Educators Award, and much more. Presently, she holds the position of the principal in Kothari International School, Noida. So, with a huge round of applause, I would like to welcome Miss Manju Gupta, ma'am. Welcome to EdTalks, ma'am.
Namaskar.
Namaste, ma'am. So, ma'am, thank you so much for first of all joining with us. So, I wanted to take this interview forward, and my first question to you would be, from your perspective, from an educator's perspective, would you please explain why is it important for students to understand mental health and its effects?
Well, that's a beautiful question, wonderful question. And that is the need of the hour as well. So, as you know, mental health is as important as physical health. And mental health, if it is taken care, well, we are able to create a happy society. And that's the ultimate aim of education. So how do we look after the mental health? And more than that, why should we know about this mental health? Why should students be told about, teachers be told about, or the school be aware of mental health? And I believe prevention is always better than cure. So first thing is, can we close the gap? Till date, we've been talking about physical health of the children. We're talking about nutrition, right, in terms of health parameters. We also, some good schools talk about sex education as well. But we've forgotten about, which is of course the need of the hour, we've forgotten about the mental health. So I would say, if we are able to talk about mental health, and in the present VUCA world where everything is so uncertain and so many chaoses are there, well, we should be able to then, everybody should be able to see the problem, should identify the problem. So recognizing the problem, if children are able to recognize the problem, whether themselves or the peer group, or the teachers, or the environment, so recognizing the problem, they should be I would say a skill, a value. Second is, then once I recognize, can I talk about it? So opening about it. And then the third is, can people ask for help? It will not be a taboo that, all right, this person has this problem and she can't talk about it. And if she talks about it, well, it becomes a, oh, she has this problem. So taboo has to be removed. If it's taken as normal problem, then people will start talking about it. And then if parents know, parents also should know, if parents are able to identify, see the changes, if the teachers are able to talk about it, and openly, if you have this problem, it's all right. It can be handled. So if awareness is there, well, the many problems of the society can be taken care. For instance, suicides these days, CBSE does, all education board does, and there are so many agencies which talk about mental health and the support for any ailment if it is related to mental health. So the suicides, illness, if they are being able to identify, then the therapy can be given. More people, if talk about it and take it as normal, oh well, the life becomes simpler, that I can say that, all right, I feel depressed. Right now, if you say I feel depressed, it's kind of, what is this? Like, people don't take it in the stride. And third, they will all acknowledge another thing. I also, many a times, the child also, many a times, if I have a problem, I don't acknowledge it. I say, all right, no, I don't have this problem, because I'm not aware of it. And if I'm aware of it, I see it as a problem, I understand it as a problem, I find solutions. So the problem solving skills which we teach in school can also happen in case of mental health. Third, if I talk about, and it's very, very important, early intervention. If awareness is there, then early intervention can happen.
Right.
We can talk about it. We can find out that if this is a problem, the counselors can take charge, the psychologists can take charge, and if it's big, the psychiatrists can be referred to. So if you understand, if early intervention happens, the cure is also early or faster, or it doesn't take time. The fourth is, I would say, these days the media is there, and media talks anything, and this WhatsApp media is, of course, one thing which has done very good also and too bad also.
Right.
So it has done extremes to this new generation, the young people. So the result of this is that this social media, being the Instagram, the likes are not there, guys. That irritates, that harasses a young child. That we had this boys' locker room again. It was all because of the social media, and because of the social media, all these problems come up. And so, like, they have very low they start having low self-image. So and so is like this, I don't look like this, Instagram result. Then the second is body image. Media, zero size of Kareena Kapoor has to be the size of each child, each girl, of a teenage girl. And that leads into depression, then anxiety. Now they have heard about this Sushant's case. Right. So the result of that is, the Sushant case does what? People have started talking about it. Oh, he had this problem, so if I have this problem, I can, like, so kind of emulating the,
Right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, loud and clear.
But it's not going on the YouTube clearly. I got a message. People are not able to hear. But it's not going on the YouTube clearly. I got a message. Okay, anyway. Please check that.
Ma'am, I'll check it. No problem. Not a problem, ma'am. You can continue because it is being recorded.
So there is depression, there is anxiety.
Yeah.
Depression, anxiety, and all this, they start emulating of the heroes who behave like that. So when I say, since the social media is again a bane or a boon, it's how this new generation takes it. So they start, that influences people are also saying it's not audible on the people are saying it's not audible.
Ma'am, I just received a message on YouTube that it's clear.
Okay, fine. All right. Okay, fine. So I move on and I say that anxiety is to be reduced, depression has to be reduced, and hence, if I'm getting anxious, I need to know I'm getting anxious. And hence, if awareness is there, I know how to control. So, the other is, can we convert it into self-love? Can we convert it into self-love? Can we convert it into one system of values? Can we convert it into let's love everybody, let's not become judgmental, talking about insecurities? Are we insecure about it? And if we are insecure, let's take care of that. So our insecurities have to be also checked. So if I'm aware, I can talk about, and if I see it as normal thing, awareness will begin with understanding, and understanding will take us to prevention. And if prevention is there, definitely it will be a better society, it will be a happier society. So awareness is important.
Right. That brings up to my next question. Ma'am, you spoke about awareness, and you spoke about that school should always, since a child spends most of his time in school. So, what do you think, according to you, how a strong mental health program should be made in a school to complement and to overcome all these challenges? I know we have counselors right now. So,
Okay.
what would be a strong system?
Strong system of awareness is like after pandemic, if I have to say, after pandemic,
Yeah.
the school should, because the online classes and online learning and this digital platform has enhanced the capability of learning of a student, right? Independence of learning of a student. So I would say the schools where the social structure takes place, where the social development of the child takes place, the emotional development of the child takes place, more emphasis should be given to the social and emotional development. And hence, if I say that, what I mean is that the mental health programs or developing the sound with sound mind, a sound heart, and a sound body, everything has to be taken care. So the mental health was not that big a program with schools. Till now it was there. I would not say it wasn't there. But now I think the schools have the opportunity to make this program more available to people than before. So what I would suggest, what we could do, initially what we were doing, let me talk about what we were, what we are, and what we can in future. Okay. So what we had set of counselors in schools. These counselors will address the issues raised by the teachers. If they saw any symptoms or any change in a child's behavior or any issue, they would refer that, where they will talk about that to the counselor, and counselor would take charge of that child. Okay, one. This is by teacher. Then a child, if feels anxious or wants to talk and just have an outpour, would go to the counselor himself, being an open environment. So my children do go to the counselors. Third, the counselors get into the classes and talk about all this. Come on, it's okay to be what you're doing. It's okay to be feeling anxious. It's okay to be doing these things. It's okay to be not being liked by the peer group, and it shouldn't give you anxiety. So various other various case studies or various programs or lessons they do with children, which help them understand themselves. So once they understand themselves, definitely they come up with the solutions, or they're given solutions that if this happens, what will you do? So such programs were already on. Now these days online, my counselors are taking one session per week per class.
Wow.
And because I can understand what children are going through at home, loneliness, being bullied by parents. And I'm sorry to say that, not bullied by the peer group, but bullied um, by the parents, bullied by the siblings. It's happening, or bullied by the joint one family, bullied by the family. So they come up with lots of anxieties and they talk to counselors. We keep the confidentiality, but yet I know that they need help. So we have those online, that again, the online helpline is available to children. And if my counselors are very busy attending to the calls of the children, and this is happening to me, and this is what I'm feeling. So it's happening today. And tomorrow, as I said, tomorrow we have a big time opportunity, a very big time opportunity to make it as a proper system with SOPs and everything, like we do it with our rainbow section. We call it rainbow, where differently abled children are there.
Right.
Similarly, we have to have a complete full program for the children with some mental health issues, and it is going to be bigger and bigger and bigger as days go on, and hence we have to design a program for them keeping the mental health sound and safe for tomorrow. So maybe the number of counselors have to be increased, maybe the teachers have to be guided, teachers have to be trained not only to teach physics, math, science, but to teach the child. And teach the child means see the mental health of the child. So that's tomorrow, very, very essential. And if that happens, I would be very happy that out of the school, we will send out to the world a happy, comfortable, and a child who can take care of himself.
Right, ma'am. Also, that's actually a wonderful thing. Ma'am, how about if we have a proper curriculum dedicated to this?
That's what I said, that we'll have to write down the SOPs, we have to write down the curriculum. We have, not that we don't have. We have grade-wise, like, the curriculum to develop the mental health, but it is, as I would say, not enough importance has been given in our education system. But tomorrow, it has to be given. Like, I'm a participant, I collaborate with the Australian Education Department, right? I'm Victorian Education Department, and I'm part of that, and we do. So right now our exchange is on mental health in schools. That's why I thought I would be, I'm happy to talk about it. So they do it very well. It's an organized program, and it is given enough emphasis. So our talk is, how do we bring it in our Indian education, in our context? We can't take their context. So we are writing it, at least the group is writing, who's dedicated to this, to the Indian, from India. So we're writing that context, that how do we look after the mental health of children in form of SOPs, in form of curriculum, in form of action, and how should we go about it? Because they have a very well-written program. So we're learning with them, and we are adding our own dimensions to that, because everything what happens there cannot be happening here. So we are writing our own curriculum in our own way, in an Indian way, and I believe our Indian values, our Indian culture, our Indian systems were very, very strong to develop mental health. But in the process of shaping the West, what have we done? We've lost our mental health.
We've lost our touch. Absolutely, ma'am.
Right. So I'm bringing back our own culture, writing in our perspective, that touching the feet of the elderly, asking for the blessing, asking for advice, listening to them, is developing good, sound mental health. Right?
Right.
You bow to your elders, that gives you that confidence that there's somebody in front of me who I can look up to and who can give me an advice. What had happened in between? We had forgotten our elders. We didn't think that they knew anything. New generation didn't care for elders, in the sense their advice was, oh, you aapko kuch pata nahi hai. But today's the time, if we sow that seed, that your elders know, and if you respect them, they are always there, standing by your side to help you to take you to the future, and so the anxieties, your pressure can be taken care.
Absolutely, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
actually, to be honest, I know I'll be drifting a bit off topic here, but but you mentioned and you intrigued my curiosity because when I was a teenager myself, even we behaved the same way, wherein we thought that my parents were not that aware. But as I've grown up, as I've matured, as I've gotten into a job where as we've started working as a professional, and all those things what my parent used to say are actually true. They are coming back to us.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that is absolutely what you said is absolutely correct. We have forgotten our values, our morals, our ethics somewhere because of maybe we tried to copy the West and everything wrong. You know what I mean, because we get we whatever we try to copy or whatever we try to imitate, we always pick up the negative things first rather than the positive ones. So that's why you're absolutely right that we have lost our way somewhere in the middle. All right, moving forward, ma'am, could you please help us in understanding that what would be the early signs of anxiety, fear, depression that a parent, a child, or your counselor, of course, you as an educator are aware of this. So, what would be the telltale signs regarding it?
Okay. All right. Okay. You know, these children, what do they feel? They're feeling anxious. First sign is, and which we notice in the class or in the group or in the corridors, is feeling anxious or worried, all the time anxious, all the time stressed, and that may lead into if I talk about adolescents, they may have they may say I have palpitation, I have shortage of breath, I continuously have headache. Some people show that they have stomach upset, they are restless. So all these things can happen. So feeling anxious is one. Then feeling depressed or unhappy. Always, they remain unhappy, they feel depressed, they don't participate in life, they don't participate in class, they sit in a corner, kind of a thing. So if that happens, in some cases, emotional outbursts happen. Emotional outbursts happen. They're always ready to fight and they're always ready to pounce upon the other people. That could be one. Then, in some cases, the sleeping disorders happen. They can't sleep or they oversleep. Both the things happen. And while talking to them, you do get to know why haven't you done your homework? Ma'am, I overslept and I can't get up and things like that. So the teachers can catch those signals. Okay. Then some children lose their appetite and they start reducing their structure, the weight goes down. And if that happens, well, again, it's a sign and symptom. In our school, we serve lunch also. So if a child is always talking about not eating, so then you have to take care of that. Then I would say quiet and withdrawn, which is I said that the children do not want to communicate with anybody. If you find that, well, loneliness, if that loneliness dilemma comes in or loneliness style comes in, you need to take care. Children start using substances. The substance abuse happens.
Yeah.
And these days it's so readily available. So that also is another sign and takes you, wants you that come on, take charge or help this child. Children start feeling and good for nothing. I can't do this. They become losers. They express that loser attitude. I am good for nothing, or anything goes wrong, ma'am, I am at fault. They find always themselves as guilty. They call themselves as guilty. If they are guilty, then automatically we'll have to take charge. And why is he always saying that I am at fault, I am at fault? Is he good or is he really going through something wrong? So any change in behavior or the feeling which you observe in a child, they are signals of their, we need to take charge and the counselors have to be referred. And that's how we talk to the teachers that you are first counselor talk to the parents and talk to them. So there are possibilities of taking care.
Right.
If you understand.
Right, ma'am.
You asked a very good question. Can we identify those signals?
Right.
Those signals are very important.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's better to catch it early on rather than when it becomes too late. That's absolutely correct, ma'am. All right, ma'am. My last question to you would be: so this COVID situation, we are all restricted indoors, and I again wanted to bring everything back to the full circle, wherein we would like one message, one very important message that you would like to tell to all the students of yours. How to, after this, whether it's during this COVID era or let's say after post COVID era, one important message from your side.
Okay. First thing is, there is all problems come with a solution. If God has given you one problem or you see one problem, there are 100 solutions out in the world. So please look for solutions. So don't focus on problems. If you have a problem, don't wait for the solutions to come to you. Go out, find solutions, talk to people, and if you can see a solution, well, practice it. So the problem always have a solution coming with them. It's only you have to wear those lenses that you can see problems with the concave lens and solutions with the convex lens. So the problems become smaller, and the solutions which are lying here, and for each problem there are 100 solutions, and there are 100 people waiting to help you. There could be Papa at home, there could be Mama at home, there's a friend by side, there's a teacher, there is a friend, there's an uncle, there are so many other doctors who are there, mental health doctors or otherwise doctors. So there are 100 people in the society who are waiting for you to help you. Only you need to be ready to find a solution, and I wish the people who take those extreme steps, go through depression, if instead of getting into depression, talk about it. If you feel a problem, if you feel anxious, talk about it. And talk to your friends, talk to your siblings, talk to your parents, talk to your teacher, whoever you feel comfortable, but talk. So talking is first solution. Second is, if you have recognized you thought, listen to people. Don't follow them, listen to them and find out which the solution which suits you. Move forward and come out of the problem. So problems come with a solution, and look for solutions. And live a happy life, a healthy life, and a life full of joy. Because I again conclude by saying that education is to create happiness in the society, joyfulness in the society, compassion in the society. And if we are able to teach this child under our care, or take care of this child and make him a happy human being, I think we have done. I have lived. If I could help a child become happier, I feel I have lived.
I'm sure, ma'am. I'm sure your over 4 decades of experience, you've helped countless children. And so yes, ma'am. Go on.
Not in terms of my bank balances, but the children I have met who have touched my life, and I have touched their life. Well, we have lived a very happy. Today also, I have enough number. My children have become grandparents. My students have become grandparents.
Wow.
So I'm very rich principal and a teacher, and I think and an educator, and that gives me a lot of satisfaction of living on this planet.
And I'm sure, ma'am, this we can all see, ma'am, it's very visible, the drive that motivates you to help the society, to uplift the society. It's very visible. And it is absolutely my pleasure and honor that I got this opportunity to host this webinar for you. And again, taking cue from your last tip, we should all talk to someone who's close by. It can either be a professional or can be a personal person, and we should always listen to advice. Always be open to everything, and yeah, solutions. There are 100 solutions to a single problem. So, ma'am, would you like to add something before we get over with this?
All right. I would request the schools now, not to the, that please reduce the pressure on students. Reduce, I would request the parents, reduce the pressure on children. Students. Okay? Please let us have this child grow, develop the way he wants to grow. So the parents, the home and school, I won't say leave them alone, stand with them in their rise and fall, but please reduce the pressure. Be a guide, be a help, be a hand holder, give your shoulders to cry. Please offer your shoulders to cry instead of always demanding good grades, good behavior, everything good, good, good. Well, each child has its own loneliness also. So give them time, give them caring, give them your, be patient. So that would be my call to the home and to the schools. Let children be. So teach them to be. That's the fourth pillar of education, which says teach children learning to be. I insist. It's not learning to do and know and things like that. I strongly believe now the school's role should shift to finally to learning to be. Give them the self-worth. I exist. And if I'm able to do that, all this mental illness and mental health issues will go away. So teach children learning to be at home and in school.
Wonderful, ma'am. I'm sure, ma'am, this message will be well received by everyone. So, thank you, everyone who joined us for this session. And I'm sure the students and all the educators and the parents were helped by this to understand the issue of mental health and terms like anxiety, depression attached with it in a much better manner. And I hope Manju Gupta ma'am's words helped you break the stigma of mental illness and seek help. Like she mentioned, talk. First, let's just talk it out. It's not a big deal. So with all these wonderful thoughts, I would once again like to thank you, ma'am, for taking out precious time from your routine, and I would like to end this session today. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming on Campus Care Ed Talks.
Namaskar.
Namaskar, ma'am. Have a nice day, ma'am.